So guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. In this video guys, I'm gonna be going through exactly how I have built my e-commerce social media marketing literally from zero all the way up into around $20,000 to $23,000 per month, which is where I'm sitting at right now, at least at the point of recording this. So as I say, Ecomm SMMA, Ecomm agency is currently pulling in around 20 to 23 on any given month, $1,000 per month. And as I say, in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly how you can literally do the same. Now, as always guys, just before we go ahead and jump into the video, make sure you go ahead, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Massively helps out with the YouTube algorithm and essentially pushes my channel out so that I can help more people with my ridiculously valuable free content. So look guys, I'm not gonna waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. How did I build my agency to $20,000 per month? Well, it kind of comes down to three things, okay? There's three main points, all right? First things first, this will be the highest ROI activity that you do for your agency. This will produce the biggest returns for your agency, and that is building a team. I know when starting out, it may seem daunting, okay? Bringing a team member on board even when you yourself don't feel as though you're that comfortable with the model, you don't feel that comfortable with clients and whatnot. I know it may be daunting, and I know that because I felt like that in the beginning, and so I never brought on a team member. Straight off the bat, I did not bring on a team member. I tried to wear all the hats in my agency, and I thought that I could do everything on my own. That is the one single regret that I have when starting at my agency, is that I didn't bring on a team member earlier. More specifically, I didn't bring on a media buyer earlier, because I was able, personally, I was able to generate my e-commerce clients' results. So I thought I'll just continue doing this. What's stopping me from continually doing it? So I kept on doing it myself, doing everything. I got to around 10 clients and I started to collapse. I started to realize that clients were starting to leave. Clients were not happy because I just, at 10 clients, when I was doing, lead sourcing, lead qualifying, outreaching, client communication, client bi-weekly calls, and delivering the services for each individual client, I just wasn't able to produce the top tier results that I would be able to do, or that the agency would be able to do, as if I had somebody who was focusing on that full time. And so it was at that point that I then started to build out my team. But it was at that point that I started to lose money, which made me realize that I needed to bring a team member on board. So you guys do not need to get to that point where you lose money. Keep all the money by getting a team member on board like straight off the bat as soon as possible. That is the one regret that I have when building out my agency, when starting from the bottom up. That was the one regret I had. So I just implore you to get a team member on board as soon as possible, more specifically a media buyer on board, so that when you bring a client on, when you sign a client on, your media buyer can take over and implement what they do best. Guys, it's just trust me on this, please. If there's one thing you take away really from my entire channel, it's to get a team member on board as soon as possible, because it's gonna help you so much in the long run. And it's also gonna help you scale. If you're watching this video, I take it you wanna get to, from zero or wherever you're at to $20,000 per month with your e-com agency. And it's gonna help you get there so much quicker, because when you bring a client on board, that client's gonna stay with you for a long period of time, because they're consistently getting amazing results. I mean, there's not gonna be many reasons as to why they leave you, right? And so when you sign a client on board, they're gonna stay with you. Then you can sign another one, and you're just stacking. As opposed to if you were doing it yourself, you may be replacing, and that's not something you wanna be doing. What I mean by that is, if you're stacking clients, obviously you get one client at 3,000, for example, then another at 3,000, then another at 3,000, and another at 3,000. There's $12,000 per month retainers, in monthly recurring retainers. You're stacking them, so you've got those clients every single month and you're adding on. Whereas that's because you've got your service delivery aspect of your business is down packed by having a team member on board. Conversely, if you were doing the results yourself, you may not be able to provide the, as high tier results as a team member would, or you may just get overwhelmed by all of the work once you hit a certain amount of clients, and you just physically may not be able to generate those types of results. So then instead of stacking clients on top of each other, you're spinning your wheels, you won't be getting anywhere because you'll be replacing clients. So, you may have 4 clients, but because you can't handle it or you can't deliver results, then this client drops off. So then you bring a new client on, then you go back to 4. and then maybe 2 clients drop off, so then you bring 2 more clients and then you go back to 4, and you're just replacing, you're never getting anywhere in your agency. You're hitting a max, say for example 12,000 a month, 1 leaves, so then you go to 9,000, then you bring 1 back on, 12,000, then 2 leave, you may go to 6,000, then you bring 2 back on, you go back to 12. You're not getting anywhere, you're just spinning your wheels, and that's because you need to get the service delivery aspect down packed within your agency. Straight off the bat, the way you do that is by bringing a team member on board ASAP. Now, point number 2 that I want to cover in this video is to not reinvent the wheel. Do not reinvent the wheel in the way that you outreach, in the way that you sell, in the way that you do your service delivery, in the way that you build out your business operations in terms of your your Ecomm SMMA operations. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. So many people out there who have built very, very successful SMMA, social media marketing agencies. I've done it. It's not at the success where I want it to be. I want to get to 7 figures per year, but I've built it to, as I say, around 20 to 23,000 per month. I've not done anything revolutionary. I've not come up with a new way of doing X, Y, and Z. I've just optimized and made sure that what I'm doing is performing at the best possible rate it can, and it's producing the best possible results. And as I say, that's what you should do. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just literally look at what I'm doing, literally look at what some of the other guys are doing in the space, and just copy us. Because as I say, you do not need to reinvent the wheel. But for example, what I teach in the Quantum Leap Ecomm Agency program gets all the students in that program just ridiculous results. And I'm still using the methods in that program to this day whilst running a multi-6-figure agency. I'm still using exactly what I cover in that program because it works. So you need to just adopt that information. You need to bring that information on board, understand it, and just start implementing it. You do not need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to come up with this super revolutionary outreach method or this super revolutionary sales technique or whatever it is. You just don't need to do it because, yes, it may work, but that's just adding on so much extra complexity that you just don't need. For example, you don't need to come up with some revolutionary outreach method. Emails, cold looms, they work amazingly well along with some other outreach methods that obviously you guys in the program, you guys know exactly how to do. But those methods, they work. I still use them to this day. There's no need for you to go ahead and reinvent the wheel because, as I say, that just adds unnecessary complexity to it. And it also puts up big roadblocks in the way of you just taking action and just getting your teeth stuck into it. Because, then you start to think that you need to, I need to build this out before I do this, or I need to build this, or I need to do this, or I need to do this. But for example, if you're in the Quantum Agency program, you don't need to do anything. I've given you absolutely everything. So you just literally, for example, if you're doing cold email outreach, implement the lead sourcing techniques we go through, like just the best lead sourcing techniques for e-com clients. Implement that qualification process and then just literally copy the script that I give you, paste it into go into your Gmail, compose an email, paste it and get it sent and just start taking action. That's all you need to do because, as I said, everything still works, especially in that program. I can't speak for other people's programs. I can't speak for other people's teachings. What I can speak for is my teachings and what I do because I know they work because first things first, I see all the students in the program just getting ridiculous results. And I know it works because I'm literally sat here at my desk with my computer day in, day out, implementing the same things that I'm teaching in the program and just on this YouTube channel as a whole. So you don't need to reinvent the wheel. I feel as though that's something, as I said before, it's a real big roadblock that people put in front of themselves, that they need to come up with some revolutionary thing or method or new business model as a whole or just some crazy stuff. And it's just like, you don't need to. You do not need to reinvent the wheel. For e-commerce, cold emails, cold looms, Facebook, and there's a few others that just work time and time again. Again, I still use it to this day whilst running a multi-6-figure e-commerce agency. So guys, that's point number 2, is to not reinvent the wheel and just start taking action on what has been proven to work time and time again. And obviously, again, you guys in the program have everything that works time and time again. Like, you literally cannot fail with that program, okay? So just start taking action and do not reinvent the wheel. Now, moving on to the third and final point that I want to cover. This is more of a mindset piece of advice that I want to give you, and that is that you need to stay consistent. Do not start your agency, do not start your Ecomm SMMA, your Ecomm agency, whatever you want to call it. Don't start it and just think that tomorrow you're gonna get a client, or even think tomorrow you're gonna get a meeting. You need to stay consistent, and you need to stop thinking of end goals. Rather start building daily routines and daily habits that you just stick to no matter what, because it's that's gonna, you know, produce those end goals. If you fixate on the end goal, then, you know, that's all well and good, but if you don't hit that end goal, then you're gonna get super demotivated. You're gonna, you know, just feel really, really bad. You're not gonna feel, you're basically gonna lose that consistency, because what you always have had your mind set on, you didn't hit. So now you're just gonna feel terrible. Rather, you need to just build daily habits, daily routines that you can stick to over a long period of time. And those end goals, they're gonna be a byproduct of you sticking to a daily, you know, workflow and whatnot. And when I say daily routines, I don't mean, you know, meditate every day or whatever. Like that you can definitely do. It's not, meditation isn't something I do. What I mean is just build daily workflows that you consistently stick to. For example, every morning 9 to 11 you do some work, you do outreach, you turn your phone off, you put it on do not disturb mode, you put it in another room, or you put it, you know, next to you on the floor and do not disturb, put your headphones in, put your concentration music on, and you do 2 hours of work, whether it be outreach, client campaigns, you know, just whatever it is. And then maybe in the evening you do another at 6 o'clock in the evening you do another 2 hours, something like that, if you work in the day. If you don't work in the day, build out your daily workflow for your agency work and just stick to that every day. Don't fixate on the end goal, because if you do, I mean, for the most part, you're gonna get, you know, you're just gonna feel really, really bad when you don't hit your goal. That's gonna take away from the consistency. And really it's just gonna make you super inconsistent. And if you're inconsistent with business as a whole, you're not gonna get anywhere. Consistency truly beats all. I can guarantee you, somebody who's got 100% knowledge, okay? Somebody who's got 100% knowledge versus somebody who's got 50% knowledge, I guarantee you, if the 50% person, the person with 50% knowledge works consistently for an entire year, whereas the person with the 100% knowledge only works twice a week or something like that, I guarantee you the person with only 50% of the knowledge will, the results will just absolutely smash the person who's technically smarter, because they're consistent. Consistency truly, in my mind, consistency beats all. So that's the third point, bit more of a mindset one there, but something that's very, very important and something that really played a big part in me, you know, building my e-com agency to multiple 6 figures. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some good ideas, some good ideas and some good, like, tangible, practical things that you can now go ahead and implement for your own e-com agency and start your journey to 6 and or multi 6 figures. So guys, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.